Called an embarrassment and cut off after high school, I vanished for 11 years. At my sister's wedding, her new husband pointed at me and asked, "Who's that?" I smiled and said, "Someone you should have known better." I step into the grand ballroom of the Evergreen Resort and instantly wish I hadn't come. Light shatters across the marble from the chandeliers like 1,000 tiny judgments, and the soft murmur of expensive conversation makes me acutely aware of every thread of my dress. Michael's hand finds the small of my back, steady and warm. "Breathe," he whispers, his surgeon's calm radiating through me. We earned our place here. Leo tugs at his bow tie, his 6-year-old impatience breaking through. "Mum, this thing is choking me." I kneel, fixing it with a practiced hand and a smile. "Just a little while, buddy. Pool after the reception, remember?" He grins, satisfied with our deal. Then I see her. A familiar tilt of the head, a laugh that slices through the hum of voices. My breath freezes. The bride turns with a champagne glass raised, and our eyes meet. 11 years vanish in a heartbeat. Grace, my sister. The flute trembles in my hand as my world tilts beneath the weight of recognition. I hadn't recognized the name Daniel Brooks on the invitation. I'd assumed she still went by Grace Collins. My chest tightens as she gasps, loud enough that the surrounding guests falter mid-sentence. My mother's face drains to chalk, then floods crimson. Father steps forward like he always did, shielding Grace from me, as though I'm still the disobedient child who didn't deserve their protection. "What are you doing here?" Mother hisses. Her voice slices the air, brittle and sharp. For a second, shame rises like bile, that old reflex from the night they cast me out. But before it can choke me, Michael speaks. "My wife was invited," he says, calm but firm. "She's the CEO of Moldova." The name lands like a spark in dry grass. Heads turn, whispers ripple. "Moldova?" Someone murmurs. "That's Amber Collins?" Amber Collins. The name they tried to erase. My father's old words echo. "If you're too ungrateful to help at the clinic, don't come back." The memory of rain and a slammed door flashes through me. I stand straighter. I am no longer the girl left standing on the porch with a suitcase. Daniel approaches, confusion flickering across his face. "You know the CEO of Moldova?" he asks my parents. Recognition dawns as he turns to me. "Your patient monitoring system, our hospital has been trying to partner with you for months." Grace attempts a smile, but it cracks. I could expose them. I could tell him how they stole my tuition, lied about me, rewrote my failure to justify their theft. Instead, I just say, "Congratulations, Grace." Her flinch tells me I've hit harder than anger ever could. Leo tugs on my skirt. "Mum, is that lady your friend?" Daniel looks sharply between us, realization dawning. "Grace, I thought you said your sister." He stops himself, but the damage is done. I could leave, but I've run enough. Daniel beams, introducing his new wife to a group of doctors. Grace, Stanford graduate, manages her family's clinic back in Vermont. My champagne remains untouched as I watch her recite the script of the life she borrowed. The small gestures, the fake humility, I know them all. "Then Amber Collins?" a silver-haired woman exclaims beside me. "Your Moldova system is transforming post-surgical recovery." I smile. 4 states now, actually. Across the room, Grace stumbles through a question about platelet therapy. The doctor's brows knit. Didn't Stanford shift away from that approach? Grace laughs too high, the sound brittle. "Well, some professors." Daniel's arm drops from around her waist. The room begins to shift, the elegant veneer cracking. Then comes the voice I haven't heard in over a decade. "Amber. Father. Same authority, same warning. You need to leave, you're ruining Grace's day." I turn slowly. "I was invited," I say, steady and low. "Perhaps you should explain why that upsets you." He reddens. "You show up flaunting your company." "Moldova is hardly a claim," Michael cuts in. "She was keynote at Harvard's medical conference. 27 hospitals use her system." His voice is clean steel. Mother hovers near Grace, whispering frantic damage control. But it's too late. Whispers spread like wildfire. Leo tugs at my hand again. "Mum, can I have cake now?" "Soon," I whisper. He looks at Grace. Is that your sister? Does she go to Stanford like you did? The colour drains from my father's face. Grace's eyes widen in terror. You went to Stanford? Daniel asks, incredulous. Class of 2014, I reply. Daniel's colleague, a cardiologist, interjects. You're Amber Collins? Your algorithms reduced readmission rates by 22%. Grace's facade crumbles. Daniel turns to her, frowning. You told me you graduated from Stanford. I went there. I've never heard your name. Her voice quivers. It was a remote program. Stanford doesn't offer remote degrees, he says, voice cold now. Grace's mask shatters completely. Daniel walks away from her toward me. He guides me to a quiet alcove, his face pale with questions. She said you dropped out, that you couldn't handle the pressure. I graduated summa cum laude, I say. 3 jobs. No help. His eyes soften. 3 jobs? Coffee shop mornings, hospital reception nights, weekends at a call centre. I slept on couches, showered at the Y, and still graduated. He listens. The precision of a surgeon rearranging facts. Community college, then State University, I add. Couldn't afford Stanford, not after they used my fund for Grace. Understanding dawns. I tell him about Michael, the resident who stopped by my desk while I studied during night shifts, how he brought me coffee, how he saw me, how we built Moldova from nothing but determination and shared vision. Daniel exhales. She said you worked an office job. We started Moldova in our apartment 7 years ago, I reply. Last quarter's revenue, just under 400 million. Across the room, my parents whisper, frantic. I watch them with calm detachment. They'll try to separate us, I tell Daniel. Michael appears, phone in hand, assessing quietly. Everything all right here? Perfect, I say. Mother sweeps in, her smile tight as thread. Daniel, comes someone from Boston General wants to meet you. In a moment, he replies. Mother's mask cracks. Amber always needed attention, she announces to nearby guests. She's jealous of Grace. The air thickens with awkward silence. I remain seated, composed. Let them squirm. Later in the restroom, Grace corners me. Why are you doing this? She pleads, mascara trembling. I'm not doing anything, I say softly. I'm simply existing. You were supposed to stay gone, she whispers, voice breaking. For once, I tell her, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. When I return, the energy in the room has shifted. Guests gravitate toward me, hospital administrators, surgeons, innovators, curious, respectful. Grace hovers, ghost-like, at the edge of their circle. Father storms over. This is Grace's day, he insists loudly. The silence that follows is brutal. Eyes flick between us. Grace's smile stretches thin as paper. I hand my half-empty champagne to a server. We've stayed long enough, I murmur to Michael. He nods. Pool time? Leo asks. Almost, I whisper, slipping a small envelope from my clutch. Inside a Moldova stock certificate, not a gift, a declaration. We find Daniel by the bar. We're heading out, I tell him, handing the envelope. Congratulations again. He takes it, sincerity flickering through confusion. Thank you. For coming. And for everything. Mother glides over, words syruped with malice. Amber always had advantages Grace didn't. Michael smiles, deceptively mild. You mean like working 3 jobs while you stole her tuition money? Gasps ripple. Mother pales. Leo tugs on my hand. Aren't they your family, Mom? I kneel, meeting his innocent eyes. They're relatives, sweetheart. Family is different. Father steps forward. You can't just walk back into our lives. I'm not, I interrupt. You made sure of that. I built my own. I pause. Thank you for not giving me a chance. You made me build one. And I walk away. No theatrics, no tears, just freedom. A month later, sunlight slants through my office windows. Medova's Boston contract sprawls across my desk, 8 figures. My assistant's voice crackles over the intercom. Dr. Daniel Brooks is here. He enters looking older, heavy with regret. Grace lied, he begins, about everything. She never went to Stanford, she wasn't managing the clinic, she was the receptionist. I nod, unsurprised. And the clinic, he continues, voice low, has been falsifying Medicare claims for years. I reported them. Investigators are already involved. I absorb this quietly. 15 years, I murmur. Right when I left. He nods. I'm sorry to drag you back into it. They erased your records from the clinic files. You deserve to know. He hesitates. Do you plan to get involved? I glance out at the skyline. Number. I've built my life apart from them. He exhales in relief. Thank you. For listening. After he leaves, my phone buzzes. Michael's text. Picking up Leo early. Zoo day. Join us. Warmth unfurls in my chest. Then another buzz Grace's number. Third voicemail this week. I delete it without listening. Michael's voice steadies me through the phone. You okay? Yes, I say, and realize it's true. When the email comes from federal investigators requesting my testimony, I think for a long moment. Then decide. I'll send them the original clinic records from my time there. Facts, not vengeance. I'm proud of you, Michael says when I tell him. And I am too. 6 months later, I'm kneeling in our garden, pinching wilted blossoms. The air smells of soil and sunlight. Leo runs between rows of tomatoes and peppers. Batman cape fluttering. Mum, can I water them? Start with the peppers, they're thirsty. Michael steps outside with lemonade. His surgeon's hands, so precise in the OR, now carry glasses like offerings. Leo bows dramatically. We laugh, easy and full. This is what matters, Michael says quietly. And it is. The Davis Hospital Board just approved our system, the 5th major adoption this year. Thousands of patients safer because of what we built. Then the doorbell. A certified letter. Return address, Grace Collins Brooks. I stare at it for 17 minutes before opening it. Amber, the clinic closed. The investigation found everything. Daniel left. I don't want money, I just need to say you were never the problem. I was taught to fear your strength. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Grace, I fold the letter. Michael doesn't ask. What will you do? He says. Nothing dramatic. I type a short note, slide it into a Moldova envelope, and send it. 2 weeks later, at a medical conference in Chicago, I spot her in pale blue scrubs at an educational booth, clutching the Moldova internship application I sent. Our eyes meet. No words, just quiet acknowledgement. She nods. I return it. That evening, I finalized the Collins First Generation Medical Scholarship. 20 students, full tuition. Mentorship named not for my parents' deceit, but for survival, for reclamation. Back home, I kneel again in the garden. Leo pats soil around new seedlings. Some plants need space to grow, I tell him. Like people? He asks. Smart boy, I whisper, kissing his forehead. The sun glows gold across our yard. Inside, Michael hums while making dinner. I press one more seed into the earth. Some roots you're born with, others you choose.